Happen. It's three, two, one, and pills.
Bills. Let's go. Adelito gonna be out of the gate first. With a fairly decent top line, a little less yellow than I'd like to see now, especially since it's all gone. And fortunately, getting some yellows to continue to clear out the garbage that he's been having to set up.
Yeah, and as we look over at Influx's board, you can see, well, now that it looks like there's a ton of blue, but the top line that he started off with was a little limited in the blue department, and the doc was giving him quite a bit of that. So that is what is really been the difference so far. We're just less than a minute in, and it's about a 2 virus difference between these two.
Yeah, they're both playing phenomenally well with what they've been given. Influx finally able to get that Spire in his column 2 down just a little bit. Love the setup that he's got here. If he finds potentially, or ideally rather, a blue-yellow to drop all of this down in his columns 1 through 3, it'll be really phenomenal to see.
Yeah, that's one of the things that happens sometimes with Influx is he'll get very stuck on one particular pill. He finally gets it, so that actually puts him back in the lead. So, don't listen to me. Listen to the results, and the results say, "Hey, the guy knows what he's talking about."
Yeah, absolutely. Looking over at Adelito's board, a little bit spired, but really fortuitous double red there to drop some of that down. And then the really another nice yellow blue to drop that down. His board is looking awfully good now. Really flat top line, just not one little red there in his column 5, but that's going to come down real quick, Ook.
Yeah, that column three was the only real problem point, and he found everything he needed to solve that. Now, any blue, preferably a double blue, is going to be the best solution. But yep, there it is. Adelito with a really big drop there. That is going to put him back in the lead just by one, and now up to three. And he just needs three more reds. There's one, there's two, there's three. Adelito out first, so 213.
213, which is a really nice time. And Influx not too far behind here. He just needs one more red and one more yellow. He's going to go ahead and take the 2 rows of drop time. Not a big deal. And getting blue rushed, really not what you want to see now if you're Influx. But finally does get that double yellow. Going to be at about a 233, 20 seconds behind Adelito at this point. But as we've seen in this tournament so far, just this month, anything and probably everything will happen.
Yeah, Adelito running into just a big block of yellow at the top of his board. It's not going to be a real problem for too much longer because he's using his garbage in as good a way as he can. This yellow red's can be perfect to drop another combo over there on the right hand side, and he's opened up now a 15 virus difference over our reigning champion Influx.
Yeah, and Infox having to deal with some pills that he's not really been wanting. Got a mini double red rush there. Has since gotten the yellow red that signals the end of that, and he's moving through this board pretty well. I'm liking the setup of his board. Lots of double opportunities, lots of horizontal opportunities. He's just got to get down to them. Some would love to see some yellow for him to get down to the rest of this board, Ook.
Yeah, yellow is definitely the color that Influx is really looking for. For Adelito, it's been blue. He's got a big cluster of blue on the bottom left side of his board, and a lot of it's set up in a way that he could really make some magic if he gets just the right pill combination. So far hasn't come through, although what he is making here is going to be very smart, and he does manage to get almost every bit of that in quick clusters. So right now, it is still about a 6 virus difference with Adelito in the lead.
Is that Influx just had a really nice drop into a triple vertical. That was really fun to see. Still needing those yellows to get down into the rest of this board. He's got access to one blue over there in his column 8. Now opens up one more piece of blue access. All the reds are there on his bottom row. So he really doesn't want to see red until he's able to get through these yellows. And he's going to start getting to those reds just right now.
Down on Adelito's side, I think he had a pre-tuck. So he dropped that red yellow up on top of a red and kind of flipped it the wrong direction. He was trying to make it work, but the doctor just not playing ball with him. But this double red's going to be perfect for him. He's going to get out just a few seconds after Influx.
Yeah, about 12 seconds difference. Influx was out at about a 450. Again, for Influx, a lot of yellow at the top of this board. But if we look over at Adelito's board, he's having to deal with a lot of blue and a lot of red right now, Ook.
Yeah, everything's clustered at the top of Adelito's board. So all of the pills, or all the viruses rather, are kind of in chunks of the same color. That can mean really quick clears if the doc is willing to give doubles, or it can mean a lot of heartbreak and a lot of garbage if the doc treats us the way he always does.
Yeah, no
And
joke.
if we look over at what Influx has got going on, he is holding on to about a 6 virus lead. And yeah, these yellows, it seems like no matter how far down the board he gets, it's always going to be yellow in large supply down there.
Yeah, looking at his right side though, his right side is mostly red and yellow. He's got those two blues in his column 5, and pretty much everything to the right is all yellow for Influx. Gonna be interesting to see how he manages to navigate that as he gets that really nice tuck to get a drop and clear out some viruses down to just 23 viruses now. Influx now 22, still maintaining a 3 virus lead over Adelito, who's got quite a bit of blue on his top line, but with these blue reds, really going to be able to get down and get to the rest of this board.
Yeah, Adelito has managed to hold serve really throughout this entire level, not falling any further behind than he's already been. But that's also a testament to what Influx is able to do, which is to keep holding him off. And yeah, it's just increasing the further we get into this board, as Influx getting what he needs. Adelito still with a little bit of a struggle, but just starting to make this comeback.
Yeah, Influx out at a 701 into his final level. Really nice top line to start with. Now I would love to see some more blue access for him. A little less red access. Really nice horizontal there to open up some blue access. Meanwhile, looking over at Adelito's side, just going to need ideally a red blue. Gets a red and then a blue followed. Going to be out about 28 seconds behind Influx. But we've seen the plays that Adelito can make. He's still absolutely in this.
Yep, and we are in level 17, which means the pills are as high, or the viruses are as high as they will start off, unless you're playing the virus prototype, in which case they can go all the way to the top of the board. But that's a whole nother story. As yeah, like you said, what Adelito can put together is always something to see, and he's got really good combination ability at the top of his board. He's going to need some red help pretty soon, but he is already within just 2 viruses of taking this lead back from Influx, who has held it for most of the last 2 levels.
Yeah, and looking at Influx's board. Ooh, look at that nice tuck into an L. Yeah, from Influx, really nice. But anyway, looking down towards the bottom of his board, it's really a nice setup. Nice swim there. Very hard to do on high speed. But he's got all these horizontal opportunities, especially with the reds and the yellows there in the bottom 4 rows of his board. And he's doing a really nice job. Look at that setup, a drop into a sweet tea. Very nice play by Influx.
And I'll tell you, over on Adelito's side, he had a rare misplay. You don't usually see Adelito make misdrops that you can pretty much confirm are misdrops. It did happen a minute ago, and that has slowed him down significantly, as now it is 26-6 now, as Influx really opening this board up and has put himself in very much control of his destiny right here. Looks to take a game 1 very shortly.
Yep, and he's going to do it with this final drop out at a 921 for Influx. GG's. Adelito gonna keep going. I'm just gonna check the hot times real quick. I don't believe it is. No, it is. It's at least 21 or beyond for Influx. But still, what a great time, great game.
Yeah, Influx himself has a sub 9 in this level block, so we could definitely see. He's saying it's that's one more game win than he was expecting to have. Not us. We were all expecting it to
Yeah,
be we expect this one to go to the distance. But
absolutely.
that is one crown down out of this best of five. And we've got ratings from both players.
Yeah, we see Adelito playing on chill, Influx playing on off, both players playing on high speed, and we have our 3, 2, 1 pills.
And just for chat's edification, 802 is the hot time for this board. That's a hot level block. That is very hot for this level block. I can't
Indeed, it
imagine
is.
getting 802 on this one. But of course, Adelito is the one who holds it. Again, like we said, he's been breaking records left and right all year, and most of the hot time board has submitted to his strength over this year. But as we look over what Influx is doing with this 1-0 lead, he's finding his way down this board. It is not terribly clean, but yeah, he's signaling that he wants to take these yellows out horizontally. Did not
Oh, and
like
there
the
it is.
play that he just made. Yeah, that little bit of a misdrop of the blue red on the top, but it won't be too much of a problem as he should be able to get those blues out of the way in no time.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate play for Influx, but again, I'm kind of surprised he didn't use that double blue to go ahead and take that out. But as it stands, Influx still with a now 3 virus lead over Adelito. But Adelito's got some really nice setups. Look at that, just taking, I believe it was 5 viruses off of the board in that one combo. Really nice play. His board is looking pretty nice. Just a tiny bit of garbage with that yellow in his column 2, but he already takes it down.
Yeah, and everything over here is clustered on just in the bottom of his board, whereas with Influx, what we're seeing is everything kind of on the sides. Those spires on 1 and 8 can really be telling, and what they're telling is that hey, this is really high. But yeah, it's that piece of blue garbage has been the thing that has cost Influx the most time. He is out at a 203, so he is going to be out first. But ooh, that's a lot of yellow, Doc.
Yeah, Adelito would love to see a double yellow rush right now. Not I believe not as common as the double red rush, but he does manage to get the yellows out at a 219. Still very much in this is Adelito. As we look at Influx's board, gosh, that's a lot of yellow and a lot of red that he's having to work through, Ook.
Yeah, and that's the exact opposite of what you're seeing for Adelito, who has those pairs that I was talking about in yesterday's broadcast, where everything is kind of paired up in opposite colors. Of course, it was, but now he hasn't gotten really any red to speak of. So a lot of that has just gone straight to red, red, red. But being able to use just about any pill half is, or any pill combination rather, is essential to this game. And as a result, you can see Adelito chipping away at this lead, but it's still Influx with a now a 12 virus lead.
Yeah, Influx has had a really nice level 15 thus far. Really need to see him get some reds and some blues now to get, especially in the left side of this board. He's got to get some double blues if he wants to get down to those reds. Fortunately for Influx, he has had pretty much a place for every pill. You don't see a lot of garbage on this board, which has been really nice for him and given him a chance to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, and it doesn't help for Influx's side, just or for Adelito's side, I should say, just how complex his plays have been. When they are fast, when he gets the right pill combinations, they are the fastest thing you can do. When he doesn't get those pill combinations, it can really, really slow your game down. So far, you see
Oh.
plays like this, yeah. Uh, so that's the time when you go back and check the scores and see, is this player still behind? Because plays like that will definitely have a big effect.
Yeah, and that's one of the things to consider. If you see a lot of pills on top and you see a big gap in the virus lead, it could just be because one player is working on setting up a huge combo just like that one. But as it stands, Influx into his level 16 first. Adelito not too far behind, just needs one more red, and that's going to drop down the blues. He's going to be out about a 444.
Yeah, but that's about 30 seconds difference. So again, it's Influx taking a very commanding lead here, and Adelito playing from behind. Something we're not used to saying for him.
Really nice combo by Adelito there to drop into several more clears. What a combo that was. Looking at his board, it's pretty decent. He would love to have this yellow blue that's right here. He elects not to go for it. He elects to drop down and create some more horizontals, using every half as efficiently as he can. That is one of Adelito's huge strengths, and it's just amazing to see.
Yeah, and if we're looking over at Influx's board, he needs red and has not gotten. I mean, he's finally getting the reds to drop everything down here, but that combo was a long time in coming, and it really slowed him down. Now to where they're practically neck and neck again. Adelito making his comeback. Now it's 23 to 24. Adelito with a slight lead, but both players just having to deal with not the best RNG, but right now it is Adelito who is pulling away.
Yeah, and we saw that earlier from Adelito with his match against Sweet Teas, the Dr. Mario player formerly known as Watchma. He was playing a little bit behind and pulled ahead and was able to sweep him. We'll see if he's able to do that now against Influx. As a little bit surprised he didn't go for the horizontal blue there, but I see why. He wants to take these reds horizontally, and that would have blocked it off. Out at a 636, Adelito has come back and taken this lead from Influx.
Yeah, and Influx, okay, was waiting around for a double red. I was kind of wondering why he wasn't going to go ahead and manufacture literally anything with the reds, but he was hoping to take this red down at the bottom of his board all at once, and is going to be out at a 658. So, wow. I hope you were watching that.
No, I missed it.
Uh,
I peeked over at chat
big
for a second.
Big combo from Adelito. I saw a drop and then a full T, not just a, not an uppercase T, just a big cross of some kind. It was insane. And that has him down to 42 to 58. So about a 10 to 15 virus lead.
Yeah, but this could go either way, honestly,
Oh yeah.
still. 15 viruses, really not much of a difference, especially for Influx. He has, just shown today why he is here. Had some amazing games all tournament long. He's just been playing on fire. Would love to see him be able to clear out this yellow, but look at all the red and the blue in the middle of his board, Ook. That's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's fine when you get those pill halves, but when you get what Influx has been getting, it's kind of a pain. And yeah, that's why we call them pain points. But yeah, no blue access whatsoever now. And luckily, the doctor's not giving him a lot of blue, but everything that he's giving him is just going to have to turn into garbage. Meanwhile, over on Adelito's side, we see him down to 16, but look at all that yellow. That could be his own little pain point, as the doc loves to give you colors that aren't what you got on your board.
Yeah, but you see now Adelito's starting to get down to the bottom of that board. He's been able to work his way through these yellows. He's pretty much only got one yellow left and one red left, and he's going to be able to get out of this pretty quickly. Opens up the opportunity for that horizontal red. There's one. He's just going to need one more. There's the other. Out at a 9:05. Adelito takes game number 2. And that is tied for the number 12 hot time.
GG's. Yeah, that was a little closer to what we've been expecting. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
Influx break the game. Uh, he's not incapable of it, and I don't know if Influx is one of the players who plays with the second controller available so that he can try to jiggle it out of that lock. I do know that Adelito plays. I believe he plays on keyboard, and I believe he plays with both controllers mapped to the same key set, so that he can do what's necessary to clear the board and get things rolling again if he glitches the game.
And that's exactly what I do. So I'm all about that strat. But now a best of five has become a best of three. We already have both readies and our 3, 2, 1 pills.
Ooh, not a great opening pill for Adelito. Not much he could do with that, but he'll find a way. And for Influx, this is a really nice starting board. Everything is paired up. He's got a place for just about every pill combination. And yeah,
Oh, he's
this is
going to
going to
do
be a
it.
nice play.
I saw the double red opportunity, or the horizontal red rather, and I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna do it. And he sure did it. Really nice clear there for Influx. But it's only a 2 virus game, with a slight favor for Influx. Influx does have about a 6 second timer advantage also on Adelito, so we'll see how that plays out. But look at this horizontal from Adelito, really nice.
Yeah, this is one of his signature plays, is to set everything up about 2 columns ahead of where it needs to be. And yeah, board vision is the number one strength for Adelito, and it really shows. He can see things that make commentators look stupid. For one thing, I have multiple times been the person who says, "Oh yeah, that was a misdrop," when it really wasn't. But yeah, now he's hoping for this yellow blue. That's going to be perfect for him. It's going to leave him a little bit of garbage, and he is now trailing Influx, but Influx needing red and blue, or red and yellow rather, to advance this board there, Flindo.
Yeah, but look at the setup he got. He was able to drop the yellow red down, clear out the reds horizontally, and then he had the blues horizontal also set up after that drop. So a really nice play by Influx. He's down to just 3 viruses remaining, fixing to be zero as soon as he gets the right pills. Honestly, there it is in the form of a fat log and a yellow. He's at about a 151. Adelito right behind, about 11 seconds behind at a 202.
Yeah, and those are times we'd be happy to see at many other much lower levels, but not for these two. These two are going to make sure that it's something special. All right, a lot of tuck plays required for what Influx or Adelito's got at the top of his board. Influx building a lot of complicated tees, is not really looking at a lot of red. So that if the dot doesn't start giving him some blue, he's going to run out of things that he can conceivably do.
Yeah, really nice drop combo there from Adelito, into another clear there on the right side of his board. These boards are, God, I don't know.
They're
I'm not a
bad.
fan of either board. Yeah.
They're
But I
just
love
bad.
that combo from Adelito. Wow.
Yeah, I think he wanted to set that yellow blue over one space from the way he got it, but it's not going to end up causing him any real trouble as he'll find an efficient way to clear it out, and everything's fine. All right,
Influx
so we're
a
about
little bit of garbage on his board, but he's doing his best to work through it. This red blue really going to be nice for him. I'm wondering if okay, I thought he might go in 5 and 6, but he elects to go and clear out the viruses instead.
and he's holding on to about a 10 virus advantage and has, I'd say, the board health advantage considering how much yellow Influx is going to, or Adelito is going to need in order to get through this board. He does use up a lot of red to kind of make that work over on the one side and is going to have some combos ready to go here. It's going to make a fat log and work his way down this board, but it's still 7 viruses ahead is Influx and continuing to build that lead.
Influx just had a really nice little setup to get the, I believe it was an L, yeah, with the blues. Now he's just got to get down to that red, that double red in his column 5. He's able to drill down, get that, and look at the setup he's got. He's got the sweet tea with the blues, and it opens up the access for a horizontal yellow. There it is, out at a 426. But Adelito right behind at a 437.
Yeah, so 11 seconds difference. And yeah, Adelito going to start this one off with a mini red blitz. Gets the red yellow to finish it off. So we know that somewhere in the code that was expected to be an actual blitz, but it didn't end up being too big of a problem as he, yeah, was able to find his way out of it. An interesting choice not to take the T into the drop there, though.
You say that and about his mini blitz, and I'm kind of wondering now if when the sequence loops back around to the beginning of that, if it will be a full red blitz.
It would
We'd
be,
have to.
yes.
Interesting,
At
but
least as far as I understand the game's RNG and pill ideas. All right, now Adelito, for all of our talk about Blitz, was in a bit of trouble there. Managed to get himself out of that trouble and is down to just one piece of garbage. But that well, it didn't really cost him that much time, as he's still about 10 viruses behind, which is where he was at the end of the last level.
yeah, but look at Influx's board. It's looking very split. He's got that huge chasm in his column 4, fixing to be completely empty. But look at the blue yellow potential he's got. He'll probably go for it here. He does, gets a huge clear. This board is looking so much better now.
All it takes is that one right pill at just the right time. But those pills are coming down for Adelito as well. He is still maintaining that 10 virus deficit. Uh, and honestly, I'm not sure I don't like his board just a little bit better based on what he's got. Of course, now that he's running out of blues, that may change pretty quickly here.
Oh, and speaking of blues, Influx getting a little bit greedy here. He would love to get that horizontal and drop down the reds and the yellows, opening up the blue access underneath. He does manage to get it. And look at this. He's got access for another blue and another drop, and he's going to get it out at a 649. What a level for Influx. But again, Adelito right behind, about a 12-second difference now, which is 1 second behind what he was.
Yeah, and that 1 second came from a slight misdrop on Adelito's side. He had a red piece he was trying to tuck underneath. It did not take. It locked in before he got a chance to tuck it under, and that caused him to be one extra red behind. And yeah, that slowed him down just enough.
Looking at Adelito's board, there's so much red and so much yellow. He's got to go down. He's got to dig down three columns or 3 rows, excuse me, until he even gets to access to any blues whatsoever. But looking at Influx's board, he's got a similar situation with the yellows, but he does manage to open up access to those a little bit quicker than Adelito's going to be able to.
Yeah, Adelito's board is starting to split pretty heavily. Uh, Gotta wonder about that double yellow placement, but it's one of those things where I could find out later it was absolutely planned. Uh, Once he gets this island over on the left-hand side taken care of, most of Adelito's board is going to be pretty flat, or at least sloped over to the right-hand side. Influx, though, keeping a very flat board and holding on to about a dozen virus lead.
Yeah, I gotta think Influx is gonna be looking to clear out that red in row 1 or column 1 horizontally and get the yellows to drop down. We'll see if he does go for that. Thought he might use that yellow red to set that up, but we'll see what plans he has in store for that. Meanwhile, Adelito has brought this down. It's now a tie game, minus the time differential, but he's just done a really great job in this level 17.
Yeah, it's been a tough one for him, but he's managed to get himself worked back into this game. He would love, love, love some double blues here. There's going to be one. Let's see if he sets it up. He does not take it down at the bottom. He could get the opportunity for a double, a huge, huge fat log here. And in fact, there's one double blue. I feel like,
Mm.
all right, he's going to take them separately. He needs this double red, and one more blue is going to do it for Adelito. But there's Influx out at a 924. Adelito not going to get the blues in time. Still waiting for a blue.
Oh,
Out at a 937.
GG's. Influx got a little greedy. He wanted that drop T with those blues. Had to wait a while. A little bit concerned for him, but he did get it. And he does go on to take a 2-1 lead on Adelito. Adelito would love to force a decider here. Influx would love to take this next game and go on to become a 3-time concurrent speed champion.
Yeah, that one really could have gone either way. And it's we're at the elite level here where just tiny mistakes are all that it could take. So Influx has already proved himself a giant killer in the past. Of course, 2 years ago was not expecting to take down Frank in the finals, and managed to do that. So it's just a question of, will his nerves hold up for one more game, or will Adelito bring it back and force a decider?
Well, we're going to find out. We have our 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, not bad opening boards for either player. Um, really love what the opportunities that Influx has. Adelito, not too bad himself, although he doesn't have a lot of access to blue. He is hoping for a red yellow and not getting it. There it is, going to show up, and that's going to create a lot of drop down for him.
Yeah, and quite a bit of garbage too at the top of that board there for Adelito. I might have been tempted to just clear out and let some of the garbage drop because as it stood when waiting for the red yellow, he ended up clearing out the yellow that those yellow pieces of garbage would have dropped down onto. But what a drop into a crossfair from Adelito. Meanwhile, looking over at Influx's board, I peeked over just in time to see a nice horizontal into another drop vertical. Really nice play there by Influx.
Of course it is. It's that's pretty much just anytime you look over at either board here. These two known for some wild combo plays, and definitely showcasing that in today's match.
A lot of yellow right now for Influx. His blues are buried, 3 there in his bottom row, and then a couple there in his column 8. Fortunately for him, they're grouped in a way where he can take all of them vertically and then horizontally at the bottom of his board. So that's going to be really nice for him once he's able to get down to them.
And Adelito finally getting this combo that he's been waiting on for a minute. Wasn't getting any reds, and luckily he saw what was underneath and was building everything up, but he really needed a red to drop off the combo and actually make everything happen. And it just wasn't showing up for him. But when it finally did, he had a heck of a combo that is going to it's going to help keep him in this game. But right now it is Influx out at a 211, and yeah, taking a fairly solid lead out of this first level.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting setup from Influx. He had the blue and reds right next to each other. He elected to clear out the yellow horizontally and build up to where both of the blue and the red would clear with a drop down. It was really cool to see. As Adelito going to be out at a 235, so a bit of a uphill battle here for Adelito, but nothing he can't handle.
Yeah, he's got himself into this level, but is really hoping for, yeah, a yellow blue was what he was wanting so that he could get this drop down. Now he's wanting to set up some plays with the yellows here. I think that's a wise decision, just going ahead and getting those reds knocked out without any trouble. And yeah, down to about a dozen virus deficit here as Influx continues to work his way down this board in level number 15.
Yeah, Influx had some really dangerous setups there at the top of his board. He was waiting for a very specific pill that he wanted. I think it was a red blue to drop a combo down, and he just wasn't getting it. Was finally able to drop that down, and now his board is looking a lot nicer. Look at that red blue sweet tea down into another drop, and it sets him up for a horizontal with these reds. We'll see if he goes for that. He does signal that he's going to do that.
Yeah, that many reds all piled up in one place. He's gonna go for that. Meanwhile, looking over at what Adelito's got, that drop time not what he wanted to see, but sometimes it's just the best thing that you can do for yourself, as clearing out those yellows is going to give him the opportunity to work things down a little bit further and get some horizontals and just try to find a way through this board, as he is still about a dozen viruses behind.
Yep, and Influx just going to need one more red out at a 424. Speaking of red, so much red for Influx, and I think I heard you commenting on a split board just there, and yeah, oof, that's rough for Adelito.
Yeah, interesting that he didn't take the double red earlier. Looks like he was hoping to do something with the blues as he cleared that blue out. And yeah, plans upon plans for Adelito, as he's now needing just two blues to get out of this, out of the 457.
Yeah, and he absolutely got out of that the correct way. I love the setup that Adelito had, but as it stands, it is now a math in my head 16 virus lead for Influx. Real wow, that was like a sideways hammer. That was really cool.
Yeah, Influx still continuing to play these levels quickly and efficiently, and maintaining about the same virus lead. It's been the story of all three games. It's, one player is, or Influx is getting out to an early lead and then just maintaining it. And I mean, if you're up against a player who can manage that, I mean, what else can you do? You just hope for the best and keep playing as well as you can.
Hmm. Influx with a double yellow rush, which really is exactly what he needed. You see all those yellows in his column 1, 3, and 8. And he's been able to get down to the rest of his board with the help of those double yellows. That was really nice for him to see. But Adelito has now brought this down to just a one virus game. This is a match, Ook. Let's go.
Yeah, Adelito needs, well, that exactly what he just got in order to move things along. Has had multiple opportunities to take this red out. In fact, had a double red blitz, so there was a double red in hand and then a double red in the next box. Decided not to take it. Okay, I like what he's doing right here. This is going to drop down. The next red yellow he's got is going, or that is going to drop and take out those reds horizontally. And now Adelito again taking a lead into 16. This is
Ooh.
very
Sorry.
similar.
Sorry, I love that drop from Influx. That was really nice. Both players needing blue, and out at a 702. Both players. Holy Moses, man, this is crazy.
All right, level 17, the winner of this one. If it is Influx, he is our champion. Yet again, if it is Adelito, he is going to force a decider. It is all down to this one level 17. Who is going to take it? We will know in just a few seconds, or a minute or so.
Yeah.
Soon. The point is soon.
Soon, yes. Influx would really love some reds and blues. Right now, he's getting the blues, but unfortunately, they're being paired with yellows. And really, not much to do with yellow at this point. Looking over at Adelito's side, also needing reds and blues. Actually, no yellow access at all to speak of for Adelito. Influx has managed to open up some yellow access, and his top line is looking a whole lot better now. Ook.
Yeah, and Adelito's just basically using any yellow as strategic garbage. Is going to try to find a way down. Yeah, making a big cross combo that is going to bring a lot of stuff down. But his lead is now down to two viruses. This double yellow, they're going to be great for him, as he's now got to decide, what am I going to do with this double blue? Finds a use for that. and it is now 3 virus difference. It's just neck and neck. Both of these players, one good blitz, one good play could mean everything to either one of these players.
Yeah, and Adelito would love to see that in the form of a red blitz right now. Um, it's interesting. Both of these boards are kind of stepladder, to be honest. Influx is to the left side and Adelito's to the right side. Adelito would love to again to see those reds. Influx would love to see some blues here. Looks like he may have had a misdrop on his column one. Not sure. Um, we're going to see what he decides to do with that. And he now has access to tuck that under, but he'll still have that piece of red garbage that he's going to have to figure out what to do with.
But it is a 6 virus lead for Influx right now. And Adelito, with the speed that he's got, is kind of struggling a bit to be able to maintain control over his pills. And that is going to be a very good thing for Influx, as Influx now down to his last one. This yellow is going to do it. Influx remains your champion, folks. Make some noise, get excited. This is your 2023 champion, Influx. Congratulations.
Wow. 3-time concurrent champion. But you know what? Huge congratulations to Adelito, though, who just went on a huge winning streak this year, this season. Um, wow, just wow.
Yeah, that 35 game winning streak that he just had is a record. The next longest win streak was belonged to Frank, and you'll never guess who ended that.
No, I have no idea.
So anyway, that's it. That is our 2023 season, and as Betty said at their precap, what a year it has been. This has been just a phenomenal ride, and I hope you have enjoyed it as much as we have. Flindo, you got anything else to say before we wrap this up?
Hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next season.